Well, leave it to Hollywood to continue to fix what ain't broke. Remaking Starship Troopers, Hollywood's gone full bug brains because they think you glorious meatbags, watched it wrong. So strap in and strap on, you annihilators of arachnids, because we're thrusting right into this asteroid on how this could possibly be the dumbest idea Hollywood has ever had since the Joker had a cell block fart hug fiesta while singing show tunes. The OG Starship Troopers is a freaking cosmic gift. Director Paul Verhoeven snatched Heinlein's book, tried to punt it into orbit with a satirical kick of doom, only for it to travel around the world and blast him in the Ganucci's. Verhoeven did intend to make a movie that said, war makes fascists of us all, but failed on every level because his media literacy is a fork in a microwave set to potato. He doesn't understand words like war, jingoism, or propaganda, but he does know how to make stuff look cool, and somehow stumbles on subtext like a 10-year-old boy who finds a stick and pretends it's a sword. Paul Verhoeven's action law states that when subtext and satire is visible and obvious, no one cares because the action is awesome and fun. In short, he's the perfect guy to make your 80s and 90s style action movie. Casper Van Dien's Rico was a total Chad with a plasma rifle that had a look that said, hey, I could lead a whole platoon to fight against a horde of murder roaches, but first let me rock this photo shoot from Urban Outfitters. My rifle ran out of ammo? Better start slicing some bugs with my jawline. Dina Meyer is Dizzy, heart-punching warrior babe. The type of girl that makes you look back and realize that she was the one who you let slip through your fingers, mainly because a bug turned her into a human piñata and dragged her away, but still, that doesn't make it hurt less. Denise Richards' Carmen Ibanez was the ship-crashing diva of doom. She was kinda dumb, in that I can trust this woman with 10,000 souls aboard my ship sort of way. Starship Troopers is bug gut splattering, propaganda blaring, co-ed showers steaming 90s perfection. But no, some studio executive in a $3,000 suit decided, nah, the plebs didn't get it. They think you missed the memo. The suits shook their head as the boys watched Johnny Rico drop kick bugs into orbit and thought, wow, war is cool. Newsflash, suits. The boys ain't wrong. We laughed, we bought the action figures. You're not smarter than us. You just have worse taste. Second, the effects still hold up. Those bugs were CGI pioneers, grotesque, gooey, and glorious, mixed with practical puppeteering. You remake that, and what do you get? Overpolished CGI that looks like a video game cutscene. Or worse, they'll go old gritty reboot and make the bugs all gray and sad, like they're depressed about their hive's mortgage. They're not remaking Starship Troopers. They're going to torch it using Hollywood's overhyped dumpster fire with flames of manufactured fame like Pedro Pascal, Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Jack Black, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and or Kevin Hart. And you know they would probably cast Timothée Chalamet as Johnny Rico. Starship Troopers demands Johnny Rico as a meathead turned bug-stomping war machine. Casper Van Dien nailed that jock to juggernaut vibe to a T. Timothée Chalamet is that smarmy, scrawny, doe-eyed twink everybody knew in high school who'd snap like a twig if he picked up anything heavier than another man's flute. This isn't Dune, my guy. No brooding messiah crap fits here. Rico's a grunt, not a damn weepy poet whining about his feelings. Fans want Rico's Roughnecks, not Timmy's Tea Party. And no way is little man even surviving past the football game where everyone is playing like they injected methamphetamine straight into their heart during a regular season game. Next on the casting probability chart is Zendaya as Dizzy Flores. And sure, why not? Dina Meyer was a gritty goddess. She gave her heart to Rico and the war. Zendaya can't act to save her life. She just stares blankly like a deer in headlights or grimaces like she just overheard someone admit that they like stepping in dog shit to feel the squish. All in slow motion and all for no reason. Dizzy needs passion, not a vacant JCPenney runway model sleepwalking through battles. In Denise Richards' Carmen Ibanez, Carmen was 90s perfection. Big ego, bigger boobs, and crashing escape pods the only way a woman could.
Can you handle that? Piece of cake.
Guess what? They're probably giving that to Zendaya too, because why not double dip? It will be praised as the best multi-character performance since the Clumps.
I hope you fought till your asshole falls out.
But in no way will she be allowed to crash land and taken hostage by the bugs. The non-existent modern audience demands that she is a perfect pilot, and the only reason her ship is blown up in the first place is because some dumb man didn't listen to her commands. She wouldn't crash land, but it would be a textbook landing on the battlefield that the Federation would study for generations. The men and women on the ground would stop fighting to cheer this landing before she leaps out of the cockpit in a double somersault, double fisting tactical nukes, and single-handedly winning the war for humanity. Next up is teenage heartworm Tom Holland, who could beat Carl Jenkins. Neil Patrick Harris was a psychic ice lord with Hugo Boss flair, zapping bug mines and asking them if it's safe.
It's afraid.
Tom, though, he'd apologize to them because it's the right thing to do. Dwayne The Rock Johnson would be Sergeant Zim having creatine khaki shits on screen, driving up production costs by 20% because, hey, the on-set gym and horse steroids aren't going to fly themselves. He'll powerbomb a bug before turning slowly to the camera and say, "This insect invasion just hit a wall. Me." Next up is Kevin Hart as Mean Gene the One-Armed Teaching Machine. Now this is just a layup in casting because Kevin Hart is well known as the Michael Ironside of his generation, but funnier. Maybe instead of missing an arm, Mean Gene could be missing his feet, explaining the height difference, but in his comedic ways that doesn't make you laugh as much as leaving you squint to heaven like you're asking Jesus for sweet mercy to make him stop talking. Of course, we gotta fit Pedro Pascal in there because a Hollywood production doesn't get made these days without him signing on. He'll play a general of some sort, not afraid to be on the front lines and getting into a fight while sacrificing himself, freeing his schedule up to be a part of another big budget disaster nobody's going to watch, but hey, he likes the caterer. And you know the Roach Wit producers will try to get Zack Snyder to direct this remake, a catastrophe so hilarious the bugs would end up stabbing themselves. Every slow motion frame would be turned into a moody oil painting, choking the over-the-top wit of the original with heavy-handed and meaningless symbolism, stretching what should only be an hour-and-a-half movie to an ungodly, unseemly, unwatchable 4. Watching a Zack Snyder movie is like taking the world's smallest shit, but you spend an eternity wiping and the toilet paper is starting to look like a brown stain Rorschach test. Like, hey, that does look like my uncle's mustache after that one Thanksgiving when he soaked that caterpillar in gravy and cried about honor. Starship Troopers, the 1997 original, is a bug zapping bonanza that is basically Baywatch meets Aliens on a budget of Red Bull and unhinged vibes. The bugs were gooey, stabby, glorious CGI gods. The reboot is going to make them sleek and boring, or worse, realistic and mopey. Oh, I'm a sad bug with feelings. No, we want our mindless Barbie and Ken doll killers, slashing troopers, oozing slime, squirting their pearly plasma into the sky where it lands on some spaceship's poop deck. They'll probably give them some sob storyline like, "My bug daddy left me and my 3,000 brothers and sisters to go get a pack of cigarettes and never came back." The only reply to that is to step on the bug, because the only good bug is a dead bug. That's called tough love. Hollywood has always despised the fact that people love Starship Troopers, so they will hurl chunks of Pedro Pascal, Zendaya, and Tom Holland in your lap with a cram down your throat message of war is bad, and you know there's going to be a veil lifting moment when the bugs are just like us, and maybe we need to change our coexist stickers on the back of our cars to feature their bug religion. It's Casper Van Dien, God tier hunk, Dina Meyer, soul-stealing best girl, Denise Richards, Crash Queen Supreme, Neil Patrick Harris, Psychic Royalty versus Pedro Pascal's exhaustion, Zendaya's smugness, The Rock's ego, and Kevin's panic. The original cast was lightning in a bottle. Modern day casting is a freak parade. Hollywood's not fixing Starship Troopers. They're lobotomizing it, turning a campy, bug-slaying fever dream into a glossy lecture hall with overpaid department store mannequins. Leave Rico and the bugs alone, you goblins. Starship Troopers needs no remake. Madness over, citizenship revoked. This Starship Troopers remake is doomed from the start. Do yourself a favor, smash the like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more of my award-winning personality to fix your day. Not that I care about it or anything, but I got you. I'm out of here.
Would you like to know more?